Today I'll be fixing every little thing that Bob has been hiding, and trust me, there is a lot. If you're new here, Bob is a 500-pound Bmw that I rescued off Facebook Marketplace, and he was rough, like moss growing in the boot rough. But I cleaned him up, serviced him, and now it's time to sort out all the little things that are holding him up. Let's go and see what these are.
Right, so we're in the car and there are a few faults we have to fix. Let me show them to you. Cup holders. This side is not working, while this side is working. I'm missing a plastic trim, but I have it in the boot. Front lock in both sides is not working. Let me explain that. Now it's on and you can open the door. And the other one is just not working. We have to remove the door card and see what this is all about. Now if I press the lock button, we can hear it working. And it actually does. Now if I press it again, that's where we have the problem. It doesn't unlock the front side. I have to do it manually. We have to take both front door cards out and check it all out. Now let's go and check the faults of the car. Coolant level too low. My radiator blew last week, so that's what this fault is all about. Brake pads replaced. The sensor is confused. Set date and time, that is because we haven't run the car for a while and the battery is dead. And I think that sums up the front. Cigarette lighter is not working, both of them. So I have one here, one there, none of them is working. And I think that has to do with the fuse, but let's see. And finally is this guy here. If I close it, it doesn't close, which is a weird one. We have to check this out. And that sums up the front. Let's go in the rear. Right, we're in the back of the car now, and I don't think it looks that bad, but let me show you. The only problem that I can find is this, which looks horrific. I don't know what's that, but the one thing that I know is it comes out if you scrub it for too long. And it's even on the carpet. That's my tire charger over there. Yeah, and it's even in the carpet, and I don't know what's that. I've managed to take it out of the carpet, but not with the best of luck. Now this is working, but I'm missing the trim. Now the trim is in the back of the car somewhere, so we're gonna have to find that out. Other than that, the car is in a good condition, you know. Everything is working, no rips, no nothing. Plastic is alright. It needs some cleaning, but yeah, that's it. One thing that I haven't mentioned, which is weird because the fault doesn't seem to come up, it's the battery on my key fob. Now I know the battery on the key fob is low because I had this fault on the car last week, but I can't show it to you guys now because it doesn't exist anymore. So I've bought a battery replacement. It's here already, and we're gonna change it right now. So let's go and do that.
Swapping the battery on the key fob should be a straightforward job. Unlike most other batteries, this one is soldered to the board, so we have to desolder that, and there are two pins that are just here. Once these pins are done, I can just pop the new battery. Once those two pins are desoldered, I can just pop the new battery in, solder it back up, and then that's job done.
Right, let's unlock the car. It unlocks, so let's lock it. And it locks. Let's go and check the boot. Going to unlock it, and then the boot. Done. And yeah, we've successfully changed the battery. Let's cross it off the list. Next thing on the list is to fix this storing compartment. As you can see, it doesn't close, so I will start by removing these two screws and go from there.
Removing the driver's glove box turned out easier than what I thought. All I had to do was to remove the two screws in the top and pull hard enough. Turns out that the screws in the bottom were just holding the dashboard in place.
Let me show you the fix. Yep, a rubber band. Now it's not OEM, but it will do the job. Let me show you. I'm going to pass this side of the rubber band here, pull it around the box, and then just stick it in there. I'll take the pick and push it in properly. So hopefully it won't come out. I don't need it to last for too long, because I don't think I'll be using this glove box every day in and out. So I don't think it will see a lot of use, but it's good for now. And if I do that, we've actually improved it. Now let me put it back and I'll show you the difference. Right, so I've put the glove box back in, and if I pull it, it opens as normal and it closes. So we've actually improved it by adding auto close function, which I think that's a plus. Another thing off the list. Let's go on to the next one. Back in Bob again. We fixed the cigarette lighters, we replaced the battery on the key, and now we are dealing with the cup holders. Let me show you. So as I mentioned, this cup holder won't open, while this one does open. Yeah, let's go and sort this out. So first thing in fixing the cup holders is to remove this plastic trim and expose the bolts. Okay, so it is just 2, 4 Phillips screws. I'm going to get a screwdriver. So I got a screwdriver. Let's get these cup holders out. Okay, it's working. So, first one's out. And the second one is out. Let's take them back in the garage and let's see what needs fixing. Right, slight change of plans. My cup holder is not working anymore, so if I press it, it doesn't open. Now what I think happened is the spring that is just on the side, it stopped working, so what I will do, I'll put it back in temporarily and go buy another one and replace it. I've installed the cup holders back, I put the plastic trim back. This one is working. I think it's a little bit faster than before. I did put grease in all the places that needed to be greased. This one, as we know, is not working, but I'm going to replace that with a new one. With the cup holders now sorted, the next thing on the list are the 2 front door locks. And for that, we have to remove the door cards. Let's go and do that.
And to remove the door card, I first have to remove the silver trim to expose the 4 bolts behind it, undo those 4 bolts. I did not have to remove that black plastic trim around the window, but I did. Well, you live and you learn. Next thing is to remove the black plastic trim on the door handle to expose that bolt, and that is the door card done.
Right, so I'm in the car, and I think one of the easiest ways to see what actually happens with the door lock is to try and lock it. Now if I lock it, you can see a slight movement in this, which is actually the lock. Now let me press the button and have a look. Now if I press the lock button, there should be a slight movement in... Now if I press the lock button, we should be able to see a slight movement in here. Now I'm gonna zoom in and press the lock button and see what's going on. Right, you see that? That exact movement tells me that I can unlock the car. But if I lock it, that's moving. But if I try to lock it, there is a slight movement. Let's see. After I've done all the checks and couldn't find anything, I went on YouTube and I ended up finding the solution. And the solution lies in the glove box. Let me show you. So in here, right there should be 2 fuses. Now by the factory it's 15 amp fuses, and BMW suggests to change them to 20. So on my car someone has already done that. I found this fuse, which is a 20 amp fuse, which is okay as you can see, and then I found this fuse, which is a 15 amp fuse, and that's burned. So I'm gonna change that, replace them both for a fresh 20 amp. Well, I'm not going to replace this one, but I'll replace this one for a 20 amp, and then let's see if that fixed the fault. Let's have a quick look. Right, so I've done it. I've just replaced the fuse, and let me show you the results. And so I've done it. Right, so I've done it. I've replaced the fuse, and let me show you the results. So I'm gonna press the door lock button and have a look there. It goes down and up. So yeah, that's a successful fix. I'm really happy with that. That's less crossed off the list, and there's one more thing to go, which is in the back. But before that, guys, if you're enjoying the video so far, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it really motivates me to make more content. Now back to the video. Let me put the door card back, let me fit everything, and yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Back in the car again, and the next fault is the cigarette lighter. Let me show you what we're dealing with. Before we start pulling fuses out, let me show you why I believe that the fuse is blown. I'm gonna start by turning the car on, and now I'm gonna take the tire inflator, put it in here, and it's already turned on. It should already be pumping air, but it's not working. So if I take it off of here and plug it in the front, we have the same fault. So I think that my fuses are blown. Now I found the fuse box, which is behind the glove box, and I haven't done anything else, but I did check on a diagram, and I found that the fuse for the cigarette lighters is actually missing. It should be just here, should be just there, and the diagram shows it should be at 20 amp. Now that could mean something. Probably the previous owner was working with that. So I have with me here spare fuses, so I'm gonna take a 20 amp, which is supposed to be a 20 amp, and I'm just gonna try and put it in there. Let's go and see what will happen. Oh! Don't know if you see that, but the fuse blow. I don't know if you can see that, but that's burned here. I know it's pretty hard to see it with the camera. Maybe if I zoom in. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but that fuse is blown. So after looking for a while, the cigarette lighters, I think I found out what has caused the fuse to blow. Let me show you. Don't know if you can see that, but in here there is a metal that touches the two terminals, and I think that is what caused the blown fuses. So let's pull it out and see what we're dealing with. Yeah, I thought having these thin pliers here would work. So actually after a while trying with the pliers, I changed to a pick. Hopefully that will give me better chances. Let's go and have a look. I think we found out what caused the blown fuse. Let's go and see if that has helped at all. I think we have successfully done it. Let's see. I'll take this and put it in here. I think that's it. It was done. It was just that. It was just this hairpin that caused all the trouble. I'm happy with that. Let's cross it off the list. There's one last thing that we need to do in the front before we go in the back, and that is to fit this trim here. And that goes just here. So I'll have to take those 4 clips, put them in the plastic trim and stick it back in there. So let's do this now.
Unlike the glove box, this plastic trim turned out to be a lot more challenging than what I thought. I started by pulling the clips, but without luck I moved on to using my plier as a lever. And then is the challenging part, putting the clips back in the trim. I twisted and I turned the clips, I tried to force them with my hand, I tried to force them with the pliers, and no luck. And just by magic, I somehow managed to do it. All it took after that was some adjustment, and yeah, we moved on to the next challenge, to lift or not to lift the rubber seal. And the answer is not to lift, but once that was done, it was time to cross it off the list.
Last thing we need to do is just fix this ashtray, which you push in and out without a problem, but we're missing the lid or whatever it's called, which is here. It looks a bit dirty. Let me see if I can focus. It looks a bit dirty, but that's nothing a good clean can't sort out. Now, how are we gonna do this? There are 2 tabs in here, this one and that one. So they go, let me zoom in. They go in there, one here and one on the other side. And then this thing, now, and then this part has 2 tabs, one here and one there, and they go in here. And these tabs, they go in here, one and the other on this side. And these tabs, they go one here and one there. So let me go and do that. So let's go and do that. Right, a couple of seconds later, and this is the result. It opens and closes without a problem. I know it looks very dirty, but I'm gonna sort this out. I'm gonna clean the car one more time and yeah, sort it all out. So we swapped the battery on the key fob, we've repaired the cigarette lighters, we repaired the ashtray, we repaired the mini glove box, we refit the plastic trim on the passenger door, and the remaining things are the cup holders, the coolant and the electrics. And with all that done, it brings us to the end of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the content. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Back in Bob again. We've replaced the cigarette light. Oh! Right, the cup holders now sorted. The next thing on the list are the two door cards. Right, with the door card, there's one last thing before we go in the back and fix that little ashtray, and that is to